the Social Security Expansion Act of 2024. Will it pass? That's a great question and exactly what I want to focus on for you right here in the video. Let's get right into it. I know in this video, I do want to specifically focus on the Social Security Expansion Act of 2024 and where we currently stand. Now, over the last couple months here, I've received a number of questions down below in the comment section from many of you here in the community reaching out asking, did it pass? Will it pass? Where do we currently stand? And what is going on with this very important piece of legislation? Now, again, all of these are very important questions and great questions as well, and why I want to focus on it here in this dedicated video. Let's get right into it. Really fast before we do, thanks for joining me. If you have not done so yet, make sure to do yourself a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button right down below the video. It is totally 100% free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side every single day to advocate on your behalf, to keep you updated, and of course, to watch the headlines and all this information coming out, to break it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what is actually going on and anything popping up that may impact your money, benefits, lifestyle, raises to benefits, checks, programs, stimulus, anything else like that. Of course, I'm bringing it to your attention right here in these videos every single day. So again, thanks for joining me. Truly do appreciate it. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about the Social Security Expansion Act of 2024. What's going on here and what is the likelihood of this bill actually passing through Congress? All right, so based on what I just said there, you can probably anticipate that no, it has not passed yet. However, let me explain the details because, believe it or not, I've seen this in the headlines a number of times recently, and it is looking a little bit encouraging. However, I also want to point this out really quickly. I want to be completely transparent with you. It has not passed yet, but even if something looks encouraging, it does not necessarily mean there's a 100% guarantee that it's going to pass either, right? We just need to continue watching it day by day to see what happens, along with all of the other pieces of legislation and bills and packages, proposals, things like this that are out there that may possibly happen this year, 2024, okay? Now, why is this year such an important one first off? Y'all know what's coming in November, right? That's why it's so important, okay? We all know what happens on years where there's an election. A lot of things happen prior to it, at least a lot of promises, a lot of empty promises at that, right? We all know how the game is played, right? Just tell the people what they want to hear and then we get the vote, right? Yeah, we don't like that approach. We like action. We like some action, right? So anyway, let me explain what's going on here, which, by the way, let me point this out really quickly because you might be wondering, why are we making such a big deal about this piece of legislation that makes kind of no sense? What is the name on this thing? This is the one that contains a $200 per month raise, okay? This is the one that was brought out by Bernie Sanders and his buddies out of the Senate, right? Now, again, I want to point this out really quickly. Whether you like Bernie Sanders or you don't, I would advise keep an eye on him, okay? That's why. He gets a lot of things done. He makes a lot of noise. Again, not such a bad thing either, okay? My point is, anytime you hear Bernie talking about something, just keep an eye on it, okay? But again, why I'm here for you every single day, I'm watching everything very closely. You don't need to. If you want to, by all means, I would encourage you to. But if you don't want to, that's totally fine. That's why I am doing all the research and bringing it to you in these short videos. But anyway, let me explain really quickly what's going on here with the Social Security Expansion Act, what is contained within it, including that $200 per month raise, as well as what I've been seeing in the headlines as of recently, like I said a minute ago, which is actually looking a little bit encouraging, okay? All right, so here's what I've been seeing out there going on right now. First, well, let me explain the bill really quickly here so you know what's actually in it, okay? There's a few different things in it. There's a lot of stuff in it. I'm not going to talk about everything. Let's just talk about the good stuff, okay? All right, so first off, they want to increase benefits by $200 per month for essentially out until the end of the century. So like the next 75 years or so, they want to increase benefits by $200 per month for each individual beneficiary, which would be $2,400 more per year. Does that sound pretty good right now? I agree, it does, right? However, they've been talking about this for so many years now that honestly, $200 a month is honestly not even really going to cut it anymore. Don't get me wrong. I would gladly take an extra $200 per month with a big old smile on my face. You know what I mean? So I get it. We would be very happy for an extra $200 a month. But considering how long it has taken for them to do this, that $200 should probably really realistically be more like $300, maybe $350, maybe even $400, because they've taken forever to do something for the people. Therefore, that same $200 that they talked about 4 years ago, is not $200 anymore. It's not even close, right? Because the purchasing power of the United States dollar has depleted so much. But again, sorry, I digress for a second, okay? Let's get back on track here, but you get my point here. The $200, it should really be more than that because it's just not going to cut it anymore. But we still want to be grateful for anything. We'll gladly take 200. Please send it our way, right? We'll take 200. $200 raise. So anyway, that's what that's in there as well. Okay, so the $200 raise. Next, they also want to change the way that the COLA is calculated from the CPIW to the CPIE. Now, you know what this is. I've talked about it a million times before in other videos. Changing the calculation a little bit results in a little bit higher raise each and every year. Had a hard time saying that apparently, because the CPIW is calculated based on a different group of people, whereas the CPIE is based on those people aged 62 and older, and it tracks those living expenses of those people primarily living on a fixed income benefit a little bit more closely. Next, they want to raise taxes on higher income people, okay? So again, this probably doesn't pertain to anybody here in the community, but I want to point this out really quickly, which is basically they want to raise those taxes on maximum taxable earnings for higher income people, and then basically putting a donut hole effect in there, basically making all income taxable over $250,000 a year. So as of right now, it's $168,600 is the maximum cap on Social Security payroll taxes right now, but they want to continue to increase that. So there's this donut hole effect, and then eventually the donut hole would close, and all income over $250,000 a year would be taxable by Social Security. Okay, so that's also what they want to do. Now, those are some of the big ones that are in there. Mostly the biggest one is, honestly, the raise of the $200. Now, the COLA adjustment as well would be nice, but realistically, that's not going to adjust benefits by $200 a month. That's only going to be maybe 0.1%, maybe 0.2 or 0.3% each year would be the difference. So it's not a ton, but at the same time, we'll take it, right? We'll take it, right? All right, so this is what's going on with this. Now, let me explain really quickly here what's going on and what I've seen in the headlines. Now, a lot of things are coming out, okay? So I want to emphasize again, anybody can say anything when it comes down to an election time, right? And that's one thing that we typically see. But I've been seeing some information coming out suggesting it's looking very encouraging that they may actually get past the Social Security Expansion Act this year, 2024, prior to November. Well, of course they're going to say that, right? Because why? It gives us a little bit of hope. It gives us something to cling on to and think, hey, this is looking pretty good. I'm going to continue watching this, right? So again, just want to be transparent with you and share with you what I've been seeing. Now again, let me give you the realistic approach on this. I agree. It's looking good, but why would this year be any different than any other year that we've had out there? Why have they been dragging their feet on it? Why would they need to wait until right now to pass something like this? I agree, timing would be great. Would there be a better way to really get on the good side of a lot of people really fast other than to pass a piece of legislation and say, hey, we just boosted your benefits by $200 a month. Are you happy now? I think a lot of us would say, we are happy. Thank you. Thanks for finally doing something for us, the fixed income beneficiary. It's been many years that you've done nothing. Thanks for finally doing something for us, right? So again, timing on this kind of stuff is actually very important. And again, we've talked about this many times over the last several years. Timing is very important because if they did it too early, a lot of us would forget, wait, what happened and who did that for us? Who knows, right? But if they do that, if the timing is perfect on this, placed just a couple months before any important elections, then hey, this is looking pretty good, right? We're very happy now. We got a little more money in our pocket. We're out there spending on necessities. We're saving a little bit, right? We're paying all of our bills on time. We're all feeling a little bit better, right? So again, timing on this kind of thing is very important. Now again, we'll have to see what happens here. Like I've said many times before in other videos, we have no clue what is going to happen here. The only thing we can continue to do is watching every single day to see what's happening, the latest information coming out, what lawmakers are talking about, what they're introducing, what they're introducing on the floor, things like this, what they're voting on, what they're talking about. At the same time, we can watch what they're talking about, but more importantly, let's watch what they're doing, right? As the old saying goes, don't watch what somebody is saying, but rather watch what they're doing. That's what tells us the real truth as far as what we may be seeing at some point, right? So again, we'll have to continue watching what they're doing and listening to what they're saying a little bit, and as well as what they're introducing. So anyway, it's going to be an interesting year. I can guarantee you that much. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. It's going to be a very, very busy time, and we all know the next administration is going to be incredibly pivotal when it comes down to Social Security benefits. I've said that tons of times before in other videos, and you know that. It's going to be very, very important. If the next administration, whoever it is, I don't know who that's going to be. My point is, whoever the next administration is, they need to do something about Social Security. If they don't, they've essentially wasted 4+ years doing nothing, and then guess what? We're right down to the wire by the time the next administration comes in another, call it 5 years from now, right? It's a very long time, but if they don't do something, it's going to be ugly in, say, 5 years or so, especially with insolvency lurking maybe 9-ish years out, right? So it's not that long. It's actually not even 9 years, right? Maybe even a little bit less than that. So anyway, as of right now, nope, has not passed yet, but it's looking a little bit encouraging according to what I've been reading on this, but also there's a lot of other bills out there that are looking pretty good as well. We will have to see it. That's all we can do at this point. One day at a time, continue watching, and that's exactly what I'll do for you right here in the community. So if you have not done so, make sure to subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Share the video with your friends, family, social media. There's a share button right next to the subscribe button. Hit that as well. Otherwise, leave your comments, questions, feedback down below. Go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, including the ones that I have linked down below in the description. A lot of good content there as well. Otherwise, enjoy your day. I hope this one helps you. For those of you that have been asking the questions, I hope this solidifies and gives you more transparency of what's actually going on here. I only have so much information, okay? Again, as I find more, I'm watching it all very, very closely. I'll bring it to you right away in these videos. Enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one, and I'll catch you again later.